Hello everyone, once again this is Ma'am Cyril and welcome to our third week of classes for the subject Maritime Information Communication Technology with Cybersecurity. So last week, this is the topic. We have discussed about number systems. Actually, we have discussed about how we're going to convert one number base to another. I have provided here I have provided there the sets of solutions and how to convert, for example, decimal to binary, decimal to octal, decimal to hexadecimal, and vice versa. Alright, so I hope that you have learned much about converting number bases because our topic for this week is all about basic computer hardware and software servicing with troubleshooting. This specifically talks on application installation and configuration. I'll be providing you sets of videos on how to install certain applications inside your computer, inside your PCs. And then you will also be given a video that demonstrates on how to assemble and disassemble computer unit. And then um, how to troubleshoot if there will be any problems that you might be encountering while you have assembled the computer unit. Okay, these are the things that you need to learn right after watching this video. The first one is that you need to install and configure applications by different methods. That includes using data storage device in the form of CD-ROM, DVD-ROM, flash drive, internet, app store, and many more. And any web-based applications as well. The next one and the second one is to perform basic disassembly and assembly and troubleshooting of a computer. Don't worry much about this one because I'm going to demonstrate things. So all you have to do is to listen, to watch everything from the beginning up until the very end. Alright, thank you so much. And then I hope that you are going to listen carefully, intently to this set of video because this topic today, this is not that very easy, but it's not that quite very hard as well. Tama lang, sakto lang. Okay, so mara to siya. Okay, so mo ni siya ang mga gamit na to. We have the SMPS. This is the power supply. So, kailan naman mo power supply as what I have introduced to you the last time, di ba? So, we have here connectors as well nga connected niya. Next is we have the RAM. Muna siya purma sa RAM. Again, careful ta sa copper clad nga part. Kanang yellow diha. And we have also here SATA cable. Muna sila yung mga connectors. You have to become familiar with this one as well. Next is the screws. Importante kayo ang mga screw class kay, you know, I/O shield or template. And then, motherboard. So, ang motherboard, lahi-lahi na siya. It depends upon the model. So, muna siya ang ilawom sa motherboard. And then, that is the front. So, we have here the CD-ROM or the DVD drive. Ano ibutang ang mga disk, if you have disk. And then, ang likod, naa ang port sa likod. We have also here hard drive or HDD, or mas familiar ta na sa term na HDD. So, first is, okay, we have here the cabinet or the CPU cabinet or the power supply or the case or sa tawag na niya. So, i-open na siya. Depende ang cabinet class kay lahi-lahi ko na siya. Depende sa model. Na iban nga dili nga naon pagtangtang. Ang kanay nga na nga type nga gipakita niya is screw lang siya. Ang kuhaon nimo ang screw, yan screw nimo para ma-open siya. So, mo ni siya ang sulod. May mga connectors na daanan na. Actually, this is, I think, an old system unit. But I'm gonna show you a new one later, right after this video. So, we have here motherboard again. Sa ato ang motherboard, kani siya mo ni siya butanganan sa ato ang RAM. So, class, be careful kay na siya murag gibang, dapat di na siya mabalik kay ug masayop na siya og butang, maguba ang RAM nato hasta ang ato ang butanganan. So, inag butang nato ana niya dapat magsibo na sila. Kung asa dapit ang gibang, ato na siya. So, inagbutang ni RAM kay kinahanglan na siya nga mupiti. That means nga nasakto na siya, na yun siya murag mo click ana nga part. Pasabutan na sakto na siya nga nipit gid siya pagbutang mo. So there are also connectors kani siya sa heatsink ni siya nga part. We have also here, if you can see, there are a lot of capacitors na daghang mga ports diha. Actually sa motherboard manggod kay since lahi siya depende sa model kay naamang gud na siya manual pod kay para dili mo masayop inagbutang niya sa mga slots kay it differs, the slots will differ depends with the model jud niya. So we have here the SATA, ato ana siyang ibutang sa iyahang port, and then that is the port nga gikan sa ato ang motherboard, i-connect na siya sa HDD na to, hard drive. But, kaniya is gashow lang ni siya, gunsaon na siya pagbutang, but that is not the right time nga ibutang na nimo. It's because we are into performing that one in the case gid siya mismo. So, muna siyang gitangtang, kadto siya is, gidemo lang to siya kung unsaon siya pagbutang. So, let's have here the power supply again. Adto na siya, ibutang nato. Okay, that is the main nga cable niya nga nag-attach sa power supply. So, that is an additional nga, if you want an additional supply, mo na siya kanang uban nga mga connectors diha. Actually, there are a lot. Mo na siya ipakita, old ni siya actually nga kuan na types of connectors and types of system unit, but pari-pariha ra na siya, dili na siya nga nakadako og difference sa mga bag-o karon. So here mo ni siya ang ato ang butangan. So given naman na siya na okay ana siya nga part adto ibutang si SMPS. Ato siyang i-screw kay para dili siya out of place. Katong mga screw nga lahi ang screw sa tibuok entire nga system unit, lahi pod ang screw nga mo attach mismo sa power supply into the system unit. So ingana kagamit ang katong mga tools nga atong gisgutan pag niagi. We have tools and equipment that is used in conducting things like this. Okay, we have the plate, the I/O plate, para adto nimo ibutang i-fit ang para sa hard drive, I mean, i-fit ang para sa mga USB drives, sa mga keyboard and mouse na port, as well as HDMI, DVI, what else, VGA, unsa pa na diha nga mga video, about video and audio nga port. So, ang next na to nga buhaton right after the power supply is to put the motherboard in its place. So, inagbutang sa motherboard, careful gid ta. Ato ang i-fit kung asa dapit jud siya mo fit. Katong atong nabutangan sa atong input-output nga plate, kay aron mo fit jud siya sa, okay, so tanawa. Okay? So, ni fit siya, ana. It's because that is the right way nga pagbutang niya. Di ta magpataka og pangbutang. And then, screw gihapon na siya, kay para dili siya ma-out of place. There are 4 man ana na kuan. Actually, ang uban ana magkawawa na ang screw. Manang uban duha na lang ang ibutang as long as ang butang siya in place, but dapat gitunta siya ang tanan nga screw nga mabutang. The next is the hard drive. So, na type port ana para padung sa tuang motherboard. So, ibutang siya. Ang atong gamiton gihapon ana. Actually, pwede siya asa nimo ibutang ana dapita nga linya ha. So, anak nga part, ibutang siya. And then, okay, gi-screw kay para dili siya mo matandog. Dapat sakto lang, dili ko siya giot kayo, di ko siya luag. So, here's for the DVD nga slot. So, butang siya, ana, nga part. That is for the disc. And then, the screw gihapon siya kay para dili siya mawala sa iyang pwesto. Okay. So, ingani ang view, ang top view sa ato ang system unit with the monitor na nakabutang siya together with the power supply and the DVD drive and the hard drive. So, we have a lot of cables. So, gi-connect niya ang katong cable nga gikan sa power supply padung sa motherboard. And then, okay, that is an additional one. Butang na diha nga slot. Actually, depende na siya sa motherboard. I'm not saying nga ingani ang placement sa tanan, but this is just for a general information nga same lang na siya. But my advice, my suggestion is if you're going to magama kag ingon ani, kinahanglan follow ka sa manual. So gikan sa hard drive, nabutang siya sa SATA ay sa cable. And then we have here sa I think this is DVD nga part. The rest of the cables gikan siya sa motherboard. Okay, this slot here padong sa ato ang CD room. So, naara siya, tuyo na siya sa manufacturer para ang iyahang forma sa iyahang plug or sa iyahang cable is mo fit lang gyud siya kay para pud na nato nga dili ta masayop kung asa dapit na nato siya ibutang. It's because if kahit gyud siya kaayo pasabot ana, there's a tendency that that is not the right place for that certain cable. So, gikan sa motherboard padung sa atong HDD. SATA cable. Okay. Okay. So, we have here nanatay connectors. So, we have here audio. Butang na siya. So if you can see, there are a lot of capacitors and integrated circuit in consistent the motherboard. Kasi nga na siya ka-complicated, nga na siya ka-sensitive as well. So ani nga part, okay, this is for the USB connections. Mani siya ang setup sa motherboard ani nga video niya. And then let's wait for this one to get finished with all the wirings. And okay, so after cable management, gihukot siya. Kay para dili siya gubot, aside from dili gubot, dili po siya makatandog og lain nga mga components inside. So mo ni siya ang back. We have ports here. And then that is the top view. And then i-screw na siya sa iyahang case para i-cover. Okay, so we're done with the assembling. Okay, disassembling the computer system. So first is to undo the screws in the back of the case. Ni siya iyahang gibuhat. remove the cover. Okay, we have here what's inside it. Remove the power connectors connected to the motherboard. Unahon di ani tangtang ang tanan nga mga naka-connect before ka manangtang sa uban nga mga bigger parts. Kay basig na kay maibot diha unya wala pa din na siya totally disconnected kay madaot hinuon ang wire or ang component niya mismo. Okay? Next is remove the screws of the power supply at the back of the cabinet. Next to motherboard, naka-flat mo si motherboard, power supply is a big part na siya. Ako siya nga part. Next is remove this SATA cable. So, after removing it, remove the memory module. Remove the RAM. So, ang side niya, kanang ibuka nimo, i-open, and then get the RAM. Remove the screw that holds the card in place. Naatay screw diha nga nagunit sa ato ang tibuok nga video card. Ato siyang kuhaon. Remove the front panel connectors. Okay, and then kung maibot na siya nga mga sa front panel nga connector, unscrew the hard disk drive or the HDD. Tangon siya. And then, after that, unscrew the screws that hold the motherboard. So, the last part that you are going to get if you are about to disassemble, it's the motherboard. So, sensitive si motherboard, tarungon na to siya. Motherboard with a processor built-in yan ay heatsink, video card. And then, next is the random access memory or the RAM. Next is the hard disk drive or the HDD. This is just showing parts sa SATA cable. Daghang klase sa SATA, ingan nato siya. Next is assembling. So this is just similar to what we have done a while ago. I mean, what we have viewed. Motherboard is to be fixed vertically. Ingan naon din siya pagbutang class nga mo-fit siya. Tighten the motherboard with screws again. Dili na to kalimtan ang screws. Kaya importante na siya bisag nga na siya kagamay. And the next is line up the power supply at the top back end of the cabinet. Balik si power supply. Kung sa to imong kinahunhan ay kinalasan nga gitangtang klase to imong kinahunhan ibutang. The power connectors for motherboard power supply are to be connected. Okay, connect the wires. Mount the memory module. Again, be careful with putting RAM. Dapat di siya mabalik, mabali na siya. Connect the front panel connector to the motherboard. So, right after connecting everything in the front panel na part niya, ang USB port, dili kalimtan. And then the front panel audio port as well. And then install the video card to the PCI extension. Okay. So, tighten with a screw. And then place the hard disk drive on the disk tray. Screw, gihapon. Kaya para di siya magsayaw-sayaw. And then, right after putting the screws, put the SATA power connector to the hard disk drive. So, gikan na siya sa motherboard, butang sa hard disk. And then, connect the SATA cable in the hard disk drive. Muna siya padulong ni motherboard. Next is cover the tower by placing it and pressing towards front side and screw it. So, nga na lang ka-simple ang mag-assemble o mag-disassemble o PC, system unit. Before I will proceed, I will just give this ahead, note this ahead nga this video I have provided here, still I do not own this video. This is just a video tutorial from YouTube from a professor gihapon.
So ako lang gyapon nang mo explain ani how this certain man do the assembling of the entire parts of a computer. So last week what we have discussed is the what is inside the system unit. We have assembled what is inside the system unit. So for this week, we're going to assemble the entire computer. That means that dili lang kay system unit ang ato ang hisgutan for this week, but maghisgot na ta og mga cords, the connections, for example, the connections from the monitor to the system unit to the outlet, the monitor to the outlet, or to the AVR, not directly to the outlet, the keyboard, the mouse, and everything. So I want your full attention for this one. This is very, very important. Although this is basic, but still you have to know about how to connect parts of a computer. This will be another coverage for our prelim examination this coming next week na. So good luck and God bless. Okay, so let's start. Sige. So, mo ni siya ang unit, na diha ang system unit, tapos na yung mga cords na sa babaw. Duha na siya, it's because para sa monitor ng isa o para sa system unit ng isa. We have the VGA cable as well, mao na siya mag-serve as display sa ato ang monitor. So, natay monitor, natay camera, and then we also have mouse para sa pointer na to. We also have keyboard. And then lastly, we have AVR, or the automatic voltage regulator. Gamit kayo na siya. So we have done with the parts. Arita sa back side of our system unit, may daghang port diha. I have introduced you the ports man pagniagi na sa VGA, na sa HDMI, na sa USB. So, inag-connect na to class, it depends na kung sa imong unahon as long as connect mo sila og tarong. So, ang gibuhat ani nga video is the mouse. So, ang mouse na to class, unay uban nga PS2 ang iyahang port ha, ang iyahang tumoy. But in the video given is USB siya, USB ang port. So, kay USB man, so adto pud siya gibutang, dili pud siya gibutang. Kung PS2 pa na siya nga port, ari siya ibutang ani nailingin. So mao ni ang atong gi-connect ani is the mouse. So we have done connecting the mouse. Connect na to siya, USB ang iyahang tumoy. Next is the keyboard. But this time class, ang keyboard nakabantay mo dili siya USB type ang iyahang tumoy, kundi PS2. So ato na to siya isaksak sa PS2 pud nga port. And then be careful ha, kung mabali ang mga ngipon ani. Tanawon din nato tarong kung nainsakto ba nato og saksak. Kay dili man na sila even. Okay? Ipasalak na siya kung natunong na. Mailhan man na og nasakto kay dili siya imong nagahi kayo nagsaksak. So, there's something wrong, nagsaksak nimo kung medyo murag gahi siya kay basig wala gid na siya matunong. Okay. Next is, okay, we have VGA cable. Para asa man siya? That is the display of our monitor. Ang kana siya nga, kanang cable class, i-connect na siya sa likod sa system unit, padulong sa na-port pud ani niya para sa monitor. So, ani, nga case, kay butang siya sa ubos na part. Actually, duha ni siya, but ang ubos ang iyang gibutangan. You can have it, you can put this one either way, either of the two. But then, ano niya gibutang sa ubos, sa video card of it. So, mo ni siya, VGA, ang uban nga display HDMI ang tawag, but ingani nga porma gali, color blue, nga na ang naong VGA na siya. So, tuyok lang nimo ang screw para mo fit siya. Muna siya iyahang lock. So, the other side is from the system unit, and the other cable ang tumoy niya adto sa monitor. Kaya mao na siya display. So usually ug mag-troubleshoot ta class kung dili mo siga walay display atong monitor. Inag-troubleshoot na to ana magun-ahon na ta okay. Maybe there is something wrong with our cable sa atong VGA or sa atong HDMI. So siguro guba siya. So ana nga time pulihan na to siya tanawon kung mao ba gid siya. Kay usually og display manggali atong monitor nagkatandog magpawong siya. So pasabot ana ang VGA siguro wala siya matarong og kabutang. It's either luag siya siguro. So pareha ra gyapon sila pwede ra sila magkabaylo-baylo ang ato ang duha ka VGA nga isig tumoy niya. The two heads of our VGA cable. So ana siya ibutang sa nga part sa monitor. Lahi-lahi ni siya klasa depende sa atong ang hardware daghan kay nga siya complicated. Lahi-lahi na siya so pangitaan lang ninyo kung asa dapat ninyo na isaksak ang ihang display. Okay, so next is the headset. Or ang uban na speaker. May uban nga dili headset, may uban speaker. So kung ngani siya nga type support ang ikuan, ay mo kabala ka kay na siya color. So, ang color green, for example, ato nimo siya isaksak po sa color green. So, isaksak nimo siya. And then, naapo na isa nga para nasa microphone. At doon na sa color pink. Ayaw mo kalibog na kinara na siya color. So, mo to siya sa headset. Or ang uban na speaker. Next is camera. Okay. So, sa atong camera, ang port na to is USB. So, kay USB man, ato po na to siya ibutang sa USB na port. So, pwede ra siya bisag asa, basta kanang butang, ang kana siya, actually, butangan na siya flash drive. But, since naaman tayo gi-input na camera, so ato po na to siya isaksak. So, that is the part wherein we connect the camera. Next, okay, gabira siya og power cord. Again, duha tong power cord ganina ha, para sa system unit ug para sa atong monitor. So kani siya is gisaksak siya sa likod sa system unit. This first nga power cord. Usually ana pareha ra na sila forma sa power cord sa monitor o sa system unit. Tanawan lang nato og tarong basta siya mo fit. And then ang isa nga power cord is okay ari sa atong monitor. Ma'am, asa ibutang ang isig tumoy ana ma'am? Adto na siya ibutang sa ato ang AVR later. So karon gisaksak sa ang isig tumoy niya. Ang isa is naa sa monitor, ang isa is naa sa system unit. So, kung okay na, nasaksak na silang duha, the next thing that we're going to do is adto ta mudong ni AVR. Okay, so diara si AVR. Daghan siyang saksakan ng class, tanawa lang yung tarong. Naa siya for 220 volts nga socket. Kaning first 3 yan eh, if I'm not mistaken. So 20 volts ni sila, ang kani is 110. So kung naa kay, so ang kaning gisaksak niya this time is mo ni siya ang tumoy sa ato ang power cord na gisaksak sa monitor o sa system unit sa tunduha. So, kanang 110 is para na sa mga appliances ninyo nga mag-require siya 110 volts, pwede ninyo siya isaksak diha. Ayaw lang ninyo isaksak sa 220 kay buto na siya. So, nag-supply na siya og voltage. So, na siya fuse, kani nga part, fuse ni siya. And then switch. I-off, i-on. So, kung magsige mong pislit sa system unit, inag-on ninyo man di siya mo-on ma'am, nag-isaksak man siya sa outlet. try to look at your AVR kung naka-on ba siya or wala. Kaya mo na siya usually. Makaingon kag brown out or dili mo andar ang imong device. Pero di ay naka-off ra sa AVR. So, bisaksak na ang duha. I-on sa AVR, kaya aron ato na siyang i-test. Okay. So, ang kinahanglan buhaton yun actually, ang monitor class na po ni siya i-on off na switch button sa ubos, depende sa monitor, na iban automatic lang. Okay, press niya ang system unit kay para mo-on siya. So, ang monitor pod, kung na siya i-on nga button, may pa-display, i-on po nimo siya. So, that means nga, okay siya, ni andar ang ato ang di-connect ganina. So, that's it. Ingana lang siya ka simple mag-set up og parts sa computer. So, kamo kung magpalit mo og desktop computer, magpalit mo og mga parts, di confident na mo kaayo nga kamo mo kanang connect ana sa inyong balay. But for those na beginners gid siya nga medyo dili pa mo nga naka-confident, ayo lang pod kay medyo delikado po ni siya kung dili gid ka ingon nga wala gyud ka kakuha sa process kay basin una ay mangbuto si bako lang. Still, need gihapon ta og aid or guide sa mga tao nga medyo naanay experience when it comes to assembling the entire parts of a computer. So, specifically application software. Application software, without you knowing the name kung application software di na, but then nagamit na data na. Something like, okay, so this is an application software. Wala ko kahibaw ng application software di ini, pero dugay na ko kaayo magagamit ani since high school pa or since elementary pa. So, unsa man gyud si application software? From the word itself, application, there are a lot of applications around. Mapa cell phone or mapa laptop or sa computer, si application na agi na siya, dili na siya mawala. By the definition, it was stated here that the software, di ba, manaman tag storya, unsa si software, unsa si hardware, itong mga previous na lecture videos na to. So, si software kuno, this is a kind of program that enable a user to perform some specific task or use to operate a computer. O mo na siya gamit ni software, di ba? So, it directs all the peripheral devices in a computer system what to do and how to perform work. Mura na siya o kung sa human body pa, si software mo na siya nga to ang kalag. Okay? So, without software, we cannot operate the hardware and perform any calculations. A computer system can be divided into three components. One, we have the hardware, the software, and the users. The software can be further divided into mainly two parts. We have the application software and system software. I forgot, but I think I have already mentioned about the application and the system software in our previous lecture videos, but dili ko sure ha, pero murag naka-mention ako aron. So, bare use of hardware is not easy. So, to make it easy, software is created. Okay, so before that, let's talk about first what is system software. The image that I have provided here shows something that could help you make an idea about what is the system software. So as you can see, naatay unsa operating system in the version of we have Vista, we have Windows 7, Windows XP, and we also have here Apple and then Android, diba? So kana sila mga operating system, pasabot pa, operating system is a kind of system software. So let's have it here. System software is a type of computer program that provides a platform to run computers' hardware and computer application to utilize system resources and solve their computation problem. It is written in a low-level language like assembly language When we say low-level language, an example here is an assembly language, or ang magigamit before is A86 assembly. This is a machine language. Mo na siya gitawag na siya og low-level language. We have C Sharp, Java, and sa mga Python. Those are high-level languages na. High-level programming languages. So assembly language, this is a low-level language. So again, it is written in a low-level language. So it can easily interact with the hardware with basic level. It controls working of peripheral devices. The system software acts as a scheduler for the execution of the processes and arrange the sequence according to their priority and input-output devices requirement in creation of the process. So we have here the best known example of system software is the operating system or the OS. So, tanan na itong mga devices karon, especially computers or laptops and even our cell phones na atay mga operating system. So, sa atong cellphone class, di ba, Android man tayo usually, but those using iPhone, ang iyahang OS ana is iOS or Mac iOS or yes, something like that. So, most of us are using Android man. So, natay mga version po ni Android, di ba, mga KitKat, unsa na diha. I have the latest karon, I don't know. I am not into trend man kaayo when it comes to phone. So it is responsible for manages all other programs in a computer. Mo ni siya gamit ni system software. Okay, so an application software na punta. Mo na itong gitalk ganina. Application software is capable of dealing with user inputs and help the user to complete the task. It is also called end-user programs or only an app. It resides above system software. First user deal with system software after he or she deals with the application software. The end user uses application software for a specific purpose. Okay, by the way, when I say end user, it's the people or it's the person who is going to use that kind of software, or simply it refers to us. It's because we are using software as well. It programs for a simple as well as complex tasks. It either be installed or accessed online. It can be a single program or a group of small programs that refer to as an application suite. Some examples of application software are word processing software, kanang gitawag ninyo Microsoft Word. Muna siya pinaka-common, especially for those who are using laptops or computers. We have spreadsheet software, presentation, graphics, CAD, CAM, sending email, and etc. There are a lot of applications around, and we cannot just name it all. It's because there are so many to mention. Okay. Types of application software. So we have mentioned nga daghan kayo sila. So they've been categorized according to the needs of the users. First, we have presentation software. So the one that I am using right now when presenting to you the topic, I am using the very well-known Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm sorry. So you can also use, we have Zoho, we have HiCodec, and Prezi. Maybe you are not really that familiar with some other presentation software, because even me myself, honestly, I only know few lang pod. Katurang mga pinaka-common kagihapon. But there are a lot. If you're going to browse over the internet and then search for the kinds of presentation software aside from PowerPoint and Prezi, there are a lot. Okay, so presentation software, what is its purpose or how does it work? Presentation program, this is a program to show the information in the form of slides. Okay, di ba? If maggamit ka MS PowerPoint, kay naka-slide na siya. First slide, second slide, until the last slide. Wherein, in the presentation software, we can add text, graphics, video, and images to slides to make them more informative. The software has three components. We have, number one, the text editor for inputting and formatting text. Second is inserting graphics, text, video, and other multimedia files. And the third one is slideshow to display the information. The presentation software helps the presenter to present their ideas with ease and visual information easy to understand. So usually, for example, sooner or later, if you'll be working in a certain company wherein you were tasked to present something or to present your work or to present, yes, na kay, for example, mga ikaw magipa-audit baka ana or nakigipa-monitor ingon ana, and for transparency you have to show it in front of your co-employees. So then it's best for you to use any presentation software that you have. The example of presentation software, we have the Microsoft's PowerPoint. That's what I have said. This is what I am using right now, and this is also the very common kind of presentation software. And then we also have Apple's Keynote for those who are using um, Apple. For those na ang operating system is iOS. Next, spreadsheet software. Kani. Kibaw ko ang ma-recognize na yun nato is the green one at the very bottom, right bottom part of the images. We have the Microsoft Excel. So the spreadsheet software, this is used to perform or to manipulate and to calculate something. In spreadsheet software, the data is stored in intersection row and column. The intersection of row and column is known as a cell. The cell labeled with the row and column label like A1, A2, and etc. I think you have a subject way back on your first year na tudluan mo unsaon unsaon paggama og spreadsheet, kanang paggama og Word document, ngana. While entering data into the cell, we can also define the data value like text, date, time, number, and many more. It provides many formula and functions to perform calculations like arithmetic operations, logical operations, text operation, and etc. It provides charts, graphs to display data graphically. For example, Microsoft Excel, Lotus 123 for Windows, and Number for Mac OS. Next is we have database software. So we have MySQL, mo ni siya gamiton ninyo para mag-create mo database. And then Excel, pwede gyapon na siya, Microsoft Access as well. Database. Mabot mo ani sa inyong mga database ng mga subjects or programming ng mga subjects. So we have here, ang take care na ninyo anas, we have Jedaya, that is her expertise. So database, this is a collection of data that is related to any application. Today's environment, every application has some database where data regarding users are stored. So for this purpose, we use database software. Kaya ang database class is something like sudlanan na siya mga information. So without database, it's very hard for the company to release the data or to find data, to recreate data, to delete, to move, and everything. Kay karong panahon na we all are digital naman, but we are no longer using papers o sa panadiha mga papel-papel. Naka-database na most of the company. When we operate the application data, this is accessed from the database. And after manipulation, it gets back stored in the database. Sulod gawa sa database. We have DBMS, subject na ninyo actually. Database Management System or DBMS software tool used for storing, modifying, extracting, and searching for information within a database. MySQL, MS Access, Microsoft SQL Server, and Oracle is the example of database application software. But this is not my job to give data or to dig deeper all of what is mentioned. But nana ni siya sa inyong mga sunod-sunod na subjects. I'm not sure if you are going to take this one in the second semester or in the third year na ninyo. But then again, good luck na lang and God bless. It's because this subjects requires really logical reasoning and everything. But I know na kaya rin na kayo ninyo kay second year na po ninyo, diba? So, padayon ra gid ta diring dapita. Next, multimedia software. So, there are, diba, na mga paint and something in multimedia. Multi is something like gasagol-sagol, many. So, there are types of media, multimedia. When you say multimedia, this is a combination of text, graphics, audio, and multimedia software used in the editing of video, audio, and text. Kasagaran na to ani nga mga artistic nga mga people, kanahan kaayo aning multimedia. Multimedia king, we have Sir JR. So multimedia software used in the growth of business, education, information, remote system, and entertainment. Entertainment, this area deal with the general public, media, and telecommunication. With the growth entertainment mode, many application is available for mobile phone as well as the system. Just like music and video entertainment application, navigation application, social networking application, news and weather application, educational applications, and ebook readers application for preparation of any type of examination. Next, we have simulation software. Okay, you have already installed the simulation software. So for those who have installed the Oracle VM VirtualBox, that is a simulation software already. It's because mura na taog diha na ta naghimo sa the real scenario unta nga mahitabo. But then wala man tay mga facilities, that's why gamit lang ta og simulation nga software para lang masabtan ninyo nga okay, this is how it works the eye in the real scenario in the real life. So due to the pandemic, that's why we are forced to use simulation software only. Simulation, this is an imitation of real world and environment. The simulation creates a physical environment of the real world to represent the similar behavior, function, and key nature of the selected topic. Simulation is technology for education, engineering, testing, training, video games, and for scientific modeling of natural systems to gain insight into their functioning. The simulation used in the area of the real world where the real system cannot be accessible or may be dangerous or unacceptable. Area of technology, flight, economics, automobiles, robotics, digital life cycles, space shuttle navigation, weather, and many more. Next is word processing software. Kani gamit kayo ni siya, especially karong panahon na, di ba? Your instructor will require you to create a Word document and ano inyong buhaton, ngani and then send it in the Google Classroom. Okay? So, we have here WPS Office, Google Docs for those who don't have Microsoft Word nga installed sa ilang computer, but you can access the Google Docs nga naa sa ato ang Google Drive. Next is, okay, word processing software. This is used to manipulate, to format the text, to create memos, letters, faxes, and documents. Processing software is used to format and beautify the text. It provides a list of features. Kani siya class, gamit kayo ni si word processing software, especially sooner or later you'll be working on your thesis or your capstone or any kind of research. Like thesaurus, the option provides synonyms, antonyms, and related words for chosen word or phrase. Find and replace feature enables users to scan and replace selected words or phrases in the document. Font option provides font color, font style, font effect, font size to modify the text. Word art option to modify or animated titles, hyphens, columns, and text boxes in documents. Grammar and spelling check option available for checking errors. Many more options listed here in the software. So kung kabantay mo, di ba, kung marong spelling, ang imuhang gi-type sa imuhang word processing software is not siya red sa bottom. Pasabot na there is something wrong with what you have typed. So again, the example, we have Microsoft Word. This is the very common, and I think everyone is using this one. Then we also have Lotus Word Pro, we have WordPad, and Corel Word Perfect. Okay, so I have here an additional information about the system software and the application software. So, para makasabot jud mo og tarong, I mean, para madugangan ang inyong knowledge when it comes to this topic, nalang ko ipuno gamay. So, we have already discussed naman what is system software, di ba? So, I am going to show you the um, types of the, or I mean examples of system software. So, um, Windows, kani. The Windows operating system, this is perhaps one of the most well-known system software man. Many laptops and desktops use the Windows operating system. So, in the Windows operating system, you can install various application software like Microsoft Word, Google Chrome, Firefox, and many other applications. And then, another kind of operating system, we have Mac OS. So, si Mac operating system or Mac OS, along with Windows, this is one of the most popular operating systems. It only makes up less than 15% of the market share is because mahal kaayo ang mga Apple nga mga devices manggod. Supported niya is the iOS nga operating system. But even though inga na lang ka less lang, but then ang Apple manggod kay grabe ang ilang security. So if we talk about security, Apple just sila yung number one ana. But yes, aside from the less lang niya nga kanang gamay na kaayo when it comes to Android and other Windows operating system, si Apple, I mean si Mac OS is mas less siya. But still, one of the oldest and most widely used system software after the Windows. So, kasagaran ng mga laptop and mga computers man karon are running using the Windows or it's either Mac or Windows. And then we have Chrome OS. This is not very well known or widely used, but this is a web-based system software and operating system that powers Chromebooks. Using the Chrome OS, you can run application software, mainly Google Chrome, but also various Android apps like the Microsoft Word Android app. Okay, Ubuntu. Sa mga Linux, for those of you nga medyo naay knowledge, prior knowledge about Linux nga operating system. Ubuntu is type of Linux nga OS, and we also have Mandiva, we have Mint, unsa pa na diha uban. So si Ubuntu, again, this is another operating system running on Linux. It is free and open source, which is what makes it so attractive to many. But si Linux class, mga operating systems niya is lisod lang siya i-operate. This is not user-friendly. This is not so user-friendly. Although others are still using the Linux, but ang uban is medyo lisuran man. Using Ubuntu, you can download various application software from Ubuntu Software Center. The Ubuntu system software allows you to run application software like Firefox, Skype, and Telegram. Okay, we have Android. Android. Desktop computers and laptops are not the only machines that require system software to be operated. So we also have mobile phones and tablets that require system software to work. So mauni siya si Android. Next is we have iOS. Okay, si iOS class mauni siya ang operating system na ni-run sa inyuhang mga iPhone. Okay, so it allows you to run other types of applications, not all of which are available on Android devices. Next is BlackBerry, was one of the most popular in the mobile system software. However, it now only accounts for a tiny percentage of mobile phones. Next is PlayStation system software. Each PlayStation version has its own system software for operating the device. For example, the PlayStation 3 has its own system software, while the PlayStation 4 has its system software, which is an operating system called Orbis OS. Next is Xbox. Xbox consoles use the Xbox system software to run. Actually, the Xbox system software has historically been based in the Microsoft Windows system software. Next is Nintendo system software. Dili na ni siya kayo ingon ana ka known, as well as the programming language translators, but gi-show lang gyapon siya. It's because these are examples of system software. Programming language translators, you have application software written in high-level code such as Java, C++, and many more. So this type of code is easy for humans to understand, which is why applications are written with it. And then we also have device drivers. Ang drivers, again, class, importante kayo na siya para mura ng imuhang, para mo-communicate ang imuhang peripherals from your hardware device para mo-work siya. So this is also called a hardware driver. This is also generally considered a system software as it enables the system to operate normally. For example, a motherboard chipset would need a driver, so you would an external printer. Next is firmware. This is a type of software that is also generally considered to be system software. This is embedded in your computer and remains there forever. Hence, the name is firmware. So, this is also referred to as middleman because it acts middleman between the actual operating system and the hardware on your device. And then we have utility programs, can also be considered system software, wherein they help to facilitate the system even if they are not actual system software. In other words, even if they are not the software the system operates on. An antivirus would be the perfect example of a utility program that provides diagnostic functions for the smooth operation of the operating system. Then next, let's move on to the application software. Examples of application software. So we have discussed some of this one a while ago. So atong skip ang atong na-discuss na. We have Microsoft Word. This is a kind of a word processing software man. Then we also have Google Chrome for browsers. Mauning maka-internet ka class, so magamit ka laptop or computer, it's because you have Chrome, you have Firefox, you have Microsoft Edge installed. Those are browsers. They are referred to a few times as Google Chrome. Whether you are installing it on a Windows operating system or Android operating system, it is an application that allows you to browse the web and read articles on the web. We also have here Firefox, another popular web browser. Like Chrome, it is an application software that allows you to browse the web. Skype, so it's something like video call. This is an application software that can be installed on devices like Windows, Android, and iOS machines. Using Skype, you can communicate with other people over the internet using voice call, video chats, and text messaging. So, Skype is not really into kanang pang daily bitang conversation with your loved ones who were far away from you because we already have Messenger man, diba? Gamay na po siya kuha og data. Next is Windows Media Player. This application software is designed to allow you to play videos and other media. So aside from VLC, so we have here also VLC Media Player para ni siya ma-play ang atong mga video sa ato ang laptop or sa atong computer kay without them dili ta ka-view og mga video. So next is Microsoft Access. Despite having the name Microsoft, this is an application software. It falls under the category of database management system, which are software that collect and organize files, documents, and data on your computer. Okay, Photoshop. I know nga kahibaw tatanan unsa ang gamit ni Photoshop, di ba? So, ang gwapa mosamot og kagwapa. Nya, anay mga pictures nga pwede na to siya isumpay or unsa na ingon ana. Yung kasagaran nga mga memes karon bitaw, di ba? Pulihan nila ang naong or something na sila'y it change the background or unsa na diha. It's because of the Photoshop. This is one of the most popular image editing application software tools. So although there are a lot naman po ng mga editing tools na to, but Photoshop is daghan mo kag mahimo ani. You can manipulate. It allows you to edit and manage your photos, but it is an application software and not a system software. Facebook kani, ambot na lang gyud aning Facebook. Kay murag mao gid ni siya hinungdan nga malaman ko sa ako ang trabaho usahay. So honestly speaking, I am still in a battle wherein I need to conquer myself discipline. Okay, so I have also this problem nga kung makahinayak ko Facebook ambot lang. So that's why kamo, you have to discipline yourself. I mean, it's not wrong to go over and open your social media accounts. It's because karong panahon na kinahanglan man ta na, especially if we are doing online classes out of this pandemic. But then control lang gyud ta. Kay murag kung mapalabian na siya, makuha na po, na po'y mag-compromise na to nga part, especially sa inyuhang part ha, nga you are still studying. And then, daghan pa mo kaayo o mga dapat gamunon. Dapat na mo yung mga requirements na himuon. So, we also have WhatsApp. This is another application software that you can download in various devices to chat with friends and make video and voice call. The desktop app and mobile app are application software. We have iTunes. This is an application software that you can download on various devices where it allows you to listen to music and podcasts. Netflix. Ako Netflix. I know nga kamo na amo. Diba? Mga yayamanin ba yan atong mga students. So Netflix, this is a very popular application software that allows you to stream movies and films from your desktop or phone. So along with Hulu and Amazon Prime Video, it is one of the most popular streaming on-demand application software. So types of software, natin mga types of software class, we have the freeware. This is a software that is free to download and use. Usually it includes application software, but some system software may be free as well. Skype, for example, this is a freeware because you can download it for free and use it without paying. Same goes for WhatsApp, Telegram, Windows Media Player, Google Chrome, Firefox, and many others. Open source, this is a specific type of software where the owners of open source software make the source code of the software open and available to everyone. Hence, the name is open source. Next is proprietary software. This is the opposite of the open source software. It is owned by a company and individual, and you may or may not have to pay to use it. You definitely cannot access the source code. Next is shareware. This is like freeware, but it is not entirely free. So instead, it is being shared with you for a specific amount of time. So say for example, kana mga free trials na to, di ba? Free trial for 30 days only. Malware, spyware, and adware. So these are the examples of software that you don't want to have because they are distributed as viruses or they are distributed as something that can harm your computer or your device. They can infect your computer to show you ads, spy on your activities and locations, and steal your information.